What up YouTube, Rob here, Team Force Judgment. This is a video response to Underworld 667's video about what's the most interesting thing that you can do with a card. So I'm going to show you like the most fun or entertaining thing that I've done with cards. First up, Spore. I turned him into V for Vendetta, the main character, or the guy from V for Vendetta without the mask on, kind of. He got like a funny mustache and the hat and the hair. It's pretty cool. Like everybody, this is like the most like dressed up card in Yu-Gi-Oh. I call him the drag queen because everyone likes to color on this guy, and like he loves wearing costumes. Gladiator Beast Bestiary? What? What? Yeah, it's Gladiator Beast Bestiary. I cut out the picture from a trap card called Disarm and just pasted it right over the pic. Next up, I do tokens. I just take a Sharpie and I color out everything except for some parts of the picture. So this is a Cybernetic Cyclopean, and basically what you do is you just take a regular card. Here, let me show you. You take a regular card and you just color over everything with Sharpie except for the part that you want to be the picture. Basically, that's what's left. And they look best in black sleeves and double sleeved because like the coloring, it's not going to come out exactly perfect. You can't really tell on camera, but in person, so yeah, it's better to have them double sleeved. That way they look a little better. And I got a tiger or whatever. I think it's a mountain lion. Yeah, mountain lion. Then I got Metalmorph and this guy, DD Guide, because he looks like he's like fading into the darkness, so he's like pretty cool. Then you got this thing, which is a bear screaming. Yeah. Then I got a Grinder Golem token, because this was a Grinder Golem token, but I colored it in to make it into a token. So that's one thing I do with my cards that's entertaining and fun to do, you know, just turn them into tokens and stuff. Then there's this. This is pretty much a waste of a card. Well, this one, I don't know if this is good or not, but Hidden Arsenal Supers. There's like 4 in a pack, 5 in a pack. So what you can do is you can peel them off so that there's just a blank card left, like this. You'll be left with like a blank card that looks like this with a back. The back is the same, it's just a Yu-Gi-Oh card back, but the front is like a blank sheet of paper, basically. So yeah, pretty easy to do. Just gotta peel the face off. It's pretty simple. Once you get used like doing it, I had like 80 or something, so it's pretty easy to do, and they're a waste of a card pretty much anyway. And don't use like the good ones, just use the crappy ones. Now this is the last, these are the cards that I made using that method. This is, I'm just gonna say, some of you may find this a little bit like offensive. I find it to be hilarious, and all my friends find it to be hilarious, because you'll go in, you'll sit down with a deck of cards in clear sleeves. Make sure it's in clear sleeves, and you'll just shuffle the cards up, and then you draw, and then you just go into act like you're just having a regular duel. But then like once they see the cards, they're like, what the fuck is that? And this is what I did. I made a Dick archetype. This is Dick Woodsman. He's a 4-star dark monster. He's a Dick tuner. 1600 attack, 1000 defense. And the thing with these cards is that after they attack, they have to switch to defense. That's the rule for them. Like, if they attack, they have to switch to defense, because you know it's like, you know, it looks like boner, no boner, boner, no boner. That's basically what the concept is. My Chode, this guy, he's the special summoner for the other ones. This is Miracle Penis. This is a spell card. It's specials 5-headed Dick Dragon. See, 5-headed Dick Dragon. Basically, you remove 5 dicks from your hand, field, or graveyard, and you special this guy. He's a fusion with 5000 attack and 1000 defense, because he goes blah 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 defense. He can attack directly. He's pretty broken. And this is the card that started it all. Dark Bald Dig Dragon. It was based upon like Blue Eyes White Dragon, but Dark Bald Dig Dragon. He's like incredibly broken. His effect is whenever your opponent or you have a female monster card on the field, you can special summon him in face-up attack position, and he can attack directly. But after he attacks, he switches to defense, and if your opponent attacks with a monster with higher attack, the damage you would take is tripled. So it makes them pierce you, and the damage you would take is tripled. So it's pretty much balanced. I made him a balanced card, because he specials whenever there's like a Dark Magician Girl or Fortune Lady or any kind of female card. You can just drop him, attack directly, then he switches to defense. But then like if they attack with something strong, like with 2000 defense, you take 1000 damage, but then it's tripled, so you take 3000. So it's pretty balanced card. Then you got the Synchros. This is Cadictor. If he attacks a non-dick monster, he destroys it immediately. It's pretty broken, but then he switches to defense, and it's only when he attacks the monster and your opponent takes its attack as damage to their life points. But the thing is that like he's gonna switch to defense and get destroyed next turn. That's the thing about them, is that after they attack, they become useless and they die too easy. Spike Dick, he pierces. You get it because he's got like a piercing, and he's wearing a spiked collar, so he inflicts piercing damage. So those are my cards, and you can pretty much just use them as regular cards because they look like regular cards from the back, and nobody's gonna suspect anything. So it's pretty funny to just go to locals and sit down for a duel, and all of a sudden your opponent just starts peddling out like pictures of penises. I mean, it's like, what the fuck is happening? Last thing I want to show you guys. It's called the stack. So you take two decks, different decks, and they can be like, this is X-Sabers and Infernity. Well, this is Infernity Norlaris. And so what you do is you take the two decks and you shuffle them together. You shuffle them into one. Here, let me just show you. You shuffle them into one deck, basically. So you take them and you just shuffle it into one big deck. And you just do that like for a while. Then you draw. Hold on a second. So yeah, you shuffle it into a big gigantic deck, and then you draw your 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, that sucks. 6. See, that's a broken hand. You got 2 Infernities, Allure, so you go Allure, draw, draw. That's broke. I'd remove a Archfiend. And you play this using the same deck and the same graveyard with your opponent. It's called the stack. It's pretty fun to do when you're just bored at like a tournament or something, and you're sitting around with like a buddy or something. Usually they won't want to cooperate, so you have to just take their deck and shuffle it into yours, and they're like, well, what the hell are you doing? Make sure you have different colored sleeves though, because that would be bad. Just like trying to decipher whose cards is whose. So yeah, that's the most interesting thing I do with my Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Either I turn them into cool artworks that everybody offers me money for, or I, abuse the spore like everybody else, or I turn them into a new archetype that's totally inappropriate for anyone at your tournament. Don't do this in front of little kids, because that's like a little bit like, come on now, you know not to do that in front of little kids. Like, don't do this like to a little 9-year-old that's just starting to play. It's like, what's that? Those are penises. Oh, ew. Alright, that's the video. Again, in response to Underworld 667's most entertaining thing you can do with cards. Alright, thanks for watching, guys.